Hello friends, welcome to my new data structures and algorithm in Java tutorial series video. Friends, in this tutorial we will discuss how to implement doubly linked list in Java. So friends, in my previous tutorial I discussed how to represent a doubly linked list. So here if you see, a doubly linked list is basically a head and a tail pointer. So the head points to the first node and the tail points to the last node. So we also discussed that list node has a next pointer which points to the node after it and has a previous pointer which points to the node just before it. And we also discussed that a doubly linked list is a two-way linked list. That is, we can traverse the doubly linked list in both forward and a backward direction. So a list node which has a next pointer and previous pointer help us in traversing in forward and backward direction. So this is basically an advantage over a singly linked list. We also saw that how to represent list node in doubly linked list. So a list node in singly linked list had only data and a next pointer which points to the node after it. But in doubly linked list, the list node has data, a next pointer which points to the list node just after it, and also a previous pointer which points to the list node just before it. So friends, let's go to Eclipse and see how we can implement a doubly linked list. So friends, in my previous tutorials, I discussed about singly linked list. So in this tutorial, we will see how to implement a doubly linked list in Java. So here I have just created a class by name doubly linked list. So this class will hold the implementation for doubly linked list. So in order to implement a doubly linked list, we need list node class. So we'll create an inner class by name list node. So basically this list node class will hold the pointers to next and the previous nodes. So as we discussed in the slide, that list node contains three things: private int data. So it contains data, and this data can be any generic type as well, but here I will be taking it as integer. It holds a pointer to the next list node. It also holds the pointer to its previous node. So the three things are data, a pointer to the next node, a pointer to the previous node. We'll also create one constructor. So this constructor will take the data part and will simply assign data to this dot data. So this is how we represent our list node. And we also saw in the slide that doubly linked list had a head pointer and a tail pointer. So we'll create two instance variable of list node. One is head and other one is tail. So basically the head will hold the first node of the doubly linked list and the tail will hold the last node of the doubly linked list. Here we also create a integer variable by name length. So this integer variable will hold the length of doubly linked list. So it will just return the count of number of nodes in the doubly linked list. So we'll also create one constructor for doubly linked list class. So here we'll assign the values of these three instance variables. So this dot head equals say null, this dot tail equals null. So basically when we initialize doubly linked list, the list is empty. So the head and tail will point to null and length of the doubly linked list is 0. We'll also create one method by name is empty So this method will return as a boolean value which will signify whether our doubly linked list is empty or not. So we can simply return length. So suppose the length of doubly linked list is 0, therefore the list is empty, so it will return true. We can also return something like head is null. So even if head is null, then the list is empty. So we can use either of the two statements. We'll also create one more method which will return back as the length of doubly linked list. So friend, this is how we represent a doubly linked list in Java. So in this tutorial I just created an inner class list node, two methods is empty and length. So in my upcoming tutorial we will discuss how we can insert the node in doubly linked list and how we can delete the node in a doubly linked list. So friends, I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks, have a nice day.